Hello everyone, and welcome back to the 3D Animation YouTube channel. Today, we'll dive into the next episode of the CNNI series, episode 92, The Sacrifice and the Uprising. In episode 91, in the fairy realm, a strange figure suddenly appeared. However, as soon as he rushed out, two flying swords shot up from the ground. Immediately, a fierce battle ensued. Very quickly, under the assault of the two flying swords, the old man had to exert all his strength to resist, and runes rained down in the air. Unfortunately, in the end, he was still pinned to his body by the two flying swords. Strangely, right after that, the two flying swords tried to fly away, but were held back by the old man. At this point, the old man immediately formed a seal and used his body to seal the two flying swords. Then, with pain in his voice, the old man declared, "This old man is a sinner of the immortal clan, but today, I will replace the immortal tree to seal these 5 flying swords to help my clansmen be freed from this place." As soon as the old man finished speaking, 3 more flying swords shot out from the ground and pierced his forehead and limbs, draining all his vitality. However, before being sealed, he still managed to tear a rift in space so that his clansmen could escape the 1,000-year seal. Just like that, with a massive boom, violent tremors erupted all over the Vermilion Bird planet, and the old man's body vanished without a trace. When the spatial rift opened, hundreds of immortal clan members immediately emerged from the ground and bowed their heads towards the disappeared old man. In the distance, witnessing the scene, Tu Sen suddenly murmured, "Jian Feng, you will surely lose your life." As for Zhou Wu Tai, he saw the strange phenomenon and coldly shouted, "I want the 4-faction alliance to reappear." After he finished speaking, he roared. Then, joining the crowd, hundreds of immortal clan members rushed towards the Vermilion Bird Nation, preparing for a great battle. The call to war. At the same time, as soon as the strange vision disappeared, Vermilion Bird himself appeared. Standing midair, his voice boomed, "Remnants of the immortal clan, are you tired of living?" After speaking, he pointed his right hand to the sky, and from within the clouds, a command token materialized. Immediately, he formed a seal and shouted, "I, the 14th generation Vermilion Bird, command all cultivators of the Vermilion Bird planet to prepare for war with the immortal clan." As soon as he finished speaking, simultaneously, deep within the forbidden area of the Heavenly Jade sect, a white-haired old man walked out and looked up at the sky, sighing, "It must change." At the same time, in all the sects, many peak-level cultivators also emerged from seclusion and rushed out to witness the strange vision that had appeared. However, at the Soul Refining sect, only Dun Tian let out a smug smile at that moment. Wang Lin's dilemma. While the external situation was chaotic, Wang Lin remained unfazed and continued cultivating in the Jade Tower. During that time, Zhou Ru seemed to have distanced herself from Wang Lin because she already knew what was inside her body. Seeing her like that, Wang Lin could only remain silent. He unconsciously muttered, "Wanner, I know you don't want to hurt it. Trust me, I won't hurt this child either. Wait until she wakes up, and we'll bring it back to its parents together." After saying that, Wang Lin also began to calculate and find a way to successfully revive Li Muan without harming Zhou Ru. Just like that, every thought and every plan was outlined in Wang Lin's mind. The Heavenly Dao War begins. Simultaneously, within the Immortal D clan, 4 9-leaf spell masters, equivalent to the Asking Ding realm, appeared. With these 4 leading the way, the great battle began. In just a short period, numerous bombardments took place, and wherever the immortals passed, scenes of destruction appeared. In this situation, many sects betrayed the Vermilion Bird Nation, and because of that, the Vermilion Bird Nation continuously suffered defeats. As for Wang Lin, he remained in the Jade Tower, constantly monitoring Li Muan's nascent soul to observe its progress. During that time, Zhou Ru was gloomy every day, with a slightly sad expression. While sleeping, she often dreamed her old dream, and she unconsciously murmured, "Uncle, I'm scared." After saying that, she was immersed in her dream. where Li Muin was covered in a layer of ice. Time passed like this, and finally, until the last month before the day of the Heavenly Tao War, Zhou Ru did not wake up again. During that time, Li Muin's nascent soul had begun to devour her. Unconsciously looking at her, Wang Lin could only sigh. At that moment, the adorable image of young Zhou Ru suddenly appeared in Wang Lin's mind, and all the beautiful memories flooded back. When he regained consciousness, Wang Lin could only sigh, without saying a word. Not long after, the final day finally arrived. Wang Lin could clearly feel that Li Muin's nascent soul was about to awaken. At the same time, the sky above Moonstar suddenly filled with gray clouds. These layers of clouds appeared almost instantly, and the Heavenly Tao reincarnation messenger from 90 years ago descended once again. Wang Lin's eyes suddenly flashed, and without a word, he leaped up, forming a seal with both hands and pointing forward. Immediately, a painting of the cycle of life and death flashed in the air, followed by a giant phantom. At this point, Wang Lin shouted in a deep voice, "Retreat." As soon as the words fell, a giant hand phantom crashed down from the sky. On the ground, a phantom of Wang Lin also stretched out its arm to strike towards the Heavenly Tao that was rushing towards him. At the moment of collision, there was only a loud boom. Everything seemed about to shatter, shaking violently, the air seemingly on the verge of tearing apart. In contrast to the previous scene, that Heavenly Tao arm was unexpectedly smashed into pieces by this deity's punch. At this point, Wang Lin's eyes were like lightning, and he said in a deep voice, "Whether it was then or now, you still cannot take the soul of the person I love." However, that cloud seemed soulless. From the sky, more and more black lights carrying red lightning were seen rushing towards it. Then, from within that layer of clouds, two giant red arms slowly appeared and gradually rushed down to strike at Wang Lin. Facing it, Wang Lin immediately summoned this deity. Immediately, the two merged, and a red and bloody image of Wang Lin appeared. In the blink of an eye, from underground, the ancient god's phantom with a giant axe in its hand also appeared. Following Wang Lin's movement and roar, the axe in the phantom's hand continuously slashed towards the two red arms that the heavenly law struck down. The moment the two sides collided, a fierce aura rumbled and spread in all directions. The main body emitted a red electric light and was immediately repelled, crashing into a mountain on the ground. The mountain collapsed and turned into dust. On the other side, the giant arm was repelled again, but this time it did not dissipate. Immediately, it charged straight towards Wang Lin and struck. Seeing this, Wang Lin formed a seal with both hands, and immediately the painting of life and death reincarnation blocked in front of him. The moment they collided, a loud explosion rang out, causing the entire ground to collapse. A large number of spatial cracks appeared in the sky. Unfortunately, it was not over yet. In the sky, a terrifying invisible pressure immediately descended once again. A split second later, Wang Lin fell to his knees, his mouth continuously screaming sorrowful words. Even though he wanted to escape, he could not. In the sky, after that huge arm slapped the painting, it was like a bolt of lightning reaching down, its target being Zhou Ru. When he saw that, Wang Lin became hysterical and shouted loudly, "No!" That thunderous scream continued to the sky. As that hysterical scream resounded, from behind Wang Lin, a huge ancient god phantom slowly appeared once more. Immediately, it grabbed the painting of life and death, tremblingly pulling it out completely. At this point, the gray air from the painting immediately radiated and merged into the ancient god phantom. Now, as if its strength had been increased, the giant ancient god phantom immediately stretched out its arm to grab the fiery red arm of the heavenly Tao that was charging towards it. Not only was he blocked, but Wang Lin directly extended his other arm to reveal the giant figure of the heavenly messenger. At this moment, a strange scene appeared in the sky. Two huge figures appeared at the same time, and the heavenly messenger's phantom image looked exactly like an ancient god. Not only that, there were 7 star points on the forehead of that phantom image, but 4 of them were sealed, and its strength returned to be on par with Wang Lin's. Looking at that phantom image, Wang Lin muttered, "Is this really the reincarnation of the heavenly path?" As soon as he finished speaking, in the distance, the reincarnation messenger's phantom image swung its fist and charged forward. The moment their fists clashed, a loud explosion resounded throughout the heavens and earth, and the entire moon planet shook for a while. When the energy passed, Wang Lin continued to attack. His consciousness transformed into an ancient god and charged forward, striking out with a punch that collided with the heavenly messenger. The collisions occurred again and again, causing the entire moon planet to shake. Blood on the corner of Wang Lin's mouth became more and more. At this moment, the reincarnation force that was imprisoning his body suddenly loosened. Wang Lin let out a low roar, and his body immediately broke free. Then, Wang Lin let out a loud shout, and his body flew up, punching the heavenly path messenger, forcing the phantom to retreat several steps. Only then did the giant phantom messenger shout in a low voice, "You are not from my clan?" In response, Wang Lin growled loudly, "Regardless of whether we are together or not, if you want to take Li Yuan's nascent soul, I absolutely will not agree." After he finished speaking, Wang Lin also punched out. With a boom, the heavenly path messenger retreated hundreds of meters before he could stand firm. However, below, from within Zhou Ru's body, a sorrowful voice rang out, saying, "Wang Lin, you lied to me." Hearing this, Wang Lin's body trembled, and when he turned around, he saw a scene that made him indignantly scream, "Wanna know? How do you think Wang Lin will fight next?" Follow the Review 5 Minutes YouTube channel for more details. If you have any comments on my content, please leave a comment below. Goodbye and see you again.